Hey, this is Drew. This is a 2019 Ford Transit Connect that I made into a camper van. So this is my daily commuter. It gets actually really good mileage, or gas mileage. So it gets 27.5 miles per gallon. So it's great for getting to work. It's also pretty discreet. A lot of the vans are bigger, which is awesome, but this thing is a little smaller. So it fits in like your parking garages, fits in my garage just fine. And with that, it's a little more fuel efficient, so we definitely have the benefit there. But yeah, to speak to the camper van portion of it, it was done in it was usable in about a year. It's kind of always been a continuous process, but about a year is the conversion time it took to do, and that was over like, I think we got in the spring. The winter was a lot of the planning. How did we want this to all fit in here? Planning the electrical out ahead of time, and then got to work right away in the spring and summer and finish it up there before we took it on a trip. So I guess I'll kind of work on this area and then I'll show you the backside. So what we have to start here, this is our fridge. So it's not plugged in right now, but basically it could be a fridge or a freezer. So you can just adjust the temperature you want in here, and this little thing slides out and you keep your stuff in there, and it actually works pretty good for us. So you'll kind of see that like everything in this van is designed to be at the 12-inch height. So everything from this fridge to, we have a little porta potty, like that's a requirement a lot of times if you're going to camp somewhere, that you're self-contained. So that crosses that check mark there. And then other types of like various storage goes underneath here, and that's all designed to be 12 inches so that you'll see that we have this kind of like couch here. That'll fold down into almost like a futon style. That'll be flat bed, but just gives you a little extra room here for your feet or whatever when everything's at 12 inches. So this is the dimmer switch, so pops on and you can kind of adjust your lighting here. There's four puck lights, which is really nice for nighttime. And yeah, I guess maybe I'll hop in and show you a little more. So for reference, I'm like 5'10", so I fit pretty decently. My wife is like 4'10", so she's a little shorter, fits no problem. But I would say like most people 6 foot or maybe even a little taller than 6 foot would fit no problem too. You definitely have the length from laying down, and I can show you that too. But this is a little storage compartment we built. So anything, usually we have like little cubbies that we would keep our clothes and such things in here. You can kind of see, yeah, I need to clean it out. I guess there's a French press in there, but usually we keep clothes and various items like that in here. And that should snap shut. And I think now I'll just take you to the back, so I'll see you over there. All right, so this is the back of the van. So from here, you can kind of see more of that like futon style. In a second, I'll show you how that actually folds out, but I did just want to highlight real quick that we had this upholstered by a local guy. He did a really great job, and one of the things that we were looking to do when he did this, I'm trying to remember where the zipper is. Oh, it's in the back here. This flat folds over, but this cover here, I made sure it was machine washable, and this unzips, and so you could take this off and wash it in your washer dryer, no problem. What we did for bedding is on the bottom here, this is actually high density foam. It's like, I believe it's 2 inches of high density foam, just so it's more firm. And then on top we have I believe this is a 3-inch memory foam. And that's been pretty comfortable to sleep on. Hasn't been too hot or anything like that. And you don't find that like we're sinking through to the ground or anything. So it's been pretty comfortable to sleep on. So I'll just, I'll swing around to the other side and I can open it and show you how it folds out. So on the top here, there's this little strap here to help you unhook it. I'm gonna get it. And there's 2 of these hinges. They're heavy duty hinges, so there's 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and these, they just unclamp by pinching in. And you slide out. And at this point I can kind of grab this to help pull. You hear the click, and this will just push down. And then I can kind of just push this down and make sure it's nice and snug. And then yeah, so this is the size of it. So I have plenty of room here to lay down. All right, so now I'll talk a little more about storage and what we have going on in here. So this is kind of the upper cabinet, and everything is sealed, or I guess the latches and everything, these are like marine or like boat latches. So you just press it and then you can pull this open. But that's a good way to make sure they stay closed when the van's moving and everything. As far as what we have in here, this is all of like our cooking utensils. So pots and pans and spoons and various items like that, plates. And it's kind of nice because everything's designed to fit within itself, so you save a lot of space that way. Underneath here, I'll get more into this when I talk about like plumbing. So another piece of electrical I wanted to talk about was the MaxxAir fan. It comes with this handy remote where you can kind of adjust the fan settings. And the really neat thing is that if it's raining, rain won't get in here, so you can still get your fan operating. So if you were cooking or something like that, you can actually exhaust the air out, which is really helpful. And then also at night, if you want to circulate air, we have a mosquito cover for the windows. You just roll those down and then you can get some air drawn and get some airflow throughout the van. You can also just do air in, and that'll get like cooler air from outside inside. So that's really important for maintaining the temperature within the van, especially at night. And the fan's really efficient with that, which is great. The other piece that kind of helps maintain the temperature is just like the insulation. So we use 3M thinsulate, so that's like literally everywhere you don't see is insulated with the 3M insulate, which it's like the same material that would be in like your winter boots for insulation. So that's been working pretty good. Keeps the van cool when it's cool and warm when keeps it warm when you want it to be warm. So that's the fan. I guess the next electrical piece I'll talk about, we do have these outlets here, so you can do your USB charging. Again, I think I mentioned earlier that the dimmer on the lights is here. And so another thing to mention would be the plumbing system. So we have this little switch here, and basically once I flip this, that'll kick on the water pump. So we opted for an actual water pump, electrical water pump, and that works really great for this unit. So we have a 5-gallon water tank. There's about a gallon discharge tank on the other side. And so if I just flip this on, water pump turns on, and I now have running water in here, which is really, really neat. And again, yeah, that'll go to the discharge, turn that on. But yeah, it's super cool to have running water. You could extend this out if you want to, spray something outside, rinse your shoes off or rinse your feet off. So that's a pretty handy aspect as well. So that's the van build. It was a super fun and challenging at times project, but definitely learned a lot, and it's just been a blast to have take places, even just drive every day. So highly recommend it, and yeah, get out there.